Om Sri Sai Ram. My humble pranams to the lotus feet of our Swami. With the divine grace of Swami, I take the privilege to introduce Srimati Kala Rajamani, an orator going to speak about the topic Matru Devo Bhava. And Sai devotees sing Sai Bhajan. I pray Swami to give them health, wealth, peace, and prosperity. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. We offer our humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba, and thank him for his grace and blessings for giving us such a great opportunity. Namaste. I am Kala Rajamani from Ravanasamudram, Tenkasi district, Tamil Nadu. I am a Balavikas Guru. Our Swami has given me an opportunity to speak about the pure and kind-hearted souls on the earth known as mothers. I hereby start my speech by quoting a line which is a part of the well-known mantra Matru Devo Bhava. The above line belongs to the mantram Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Aditi Devo Bhava. This mantra is one of the Taittiriya Upanishads. Our Indian culture gives the highest respect to the mothers and treats them as equal to God, and then comes to the father, guru, and guests. There is an old saying, God could not be everywhere and therefore he made mothers. The mother's heart is always equivalent to that of God's heart. The avatar Sri Satya Sai Baba said, the mother is the visible manifestation of God. If ignoring the divinity of the mother, who is visible and adorable, one seeks to worship what is invisible, it must be regarded as a sign of ignorance. The mother is a visible and tangible proof of divinity. When a child is born, the first person it beholds is the mother. It is sweet to love such a mother. You may have love for God, but if you have no love for the mother who is physically present before you, how can you love the invisible divine? More than the fragrance of the jasmine, more than the champak, more than butter, more than the beautiful eye of the peacock, even more than the bright moonlight, the love of the mother who has given birth to you is very tender and unconditional. After giving birth, she takes care of you. Love and care for her. Where does she live? She resides in your home in the form of mother. She is God for the family. Mother is one of the most beautiful creations of God. God can create everything in this world, but to enter this world, even He needs a mother. This is something which we get to learn from the avatars. May it be Lord Jesus, Lord Rama, Lord Buddha, or Lord Krishna. Everyone has needed a mother to enter this world. A mother carries the child in the womb for 9 months, makes many sacrifices, and endures a lot of pain in bringing the child into this world and also in bringing them up as a good human. How grateful must one be to such a compassionate mother? That is why it is said, Mother is God. She is like a God to the child. Further, our Swami says, among the 84 lakh species, is there any creature that is born without a mother? The life principle in every being is the testimony of the mother. If you think there is any love that can match the love of God, it is only the love showered by a mother. A mother before giving birth to her child undergoes great pain, but when the child is born, the pain that she suffered changes into absolute love for the child. Love does not experience any trouble. When you experience trouble, it means there is no love. Only mothers shower that kind of absolute selfless love similar to that of God. Based on this, the Vedas declared that mother is God. Mother shows the child the father, father shows the teacher, and teacher shows God. Therefore, in order to attain God realization, we have to follow the mother's word. Whether it was Kausalya, Jijabai, Putlibai or Ishwaramba, they have got divine personalities as their respective children because of their great devotion towards God. Now, let us get to know about our Swami's mother, Ishwaramba, the chosen mother. Ishwaramba is the chosen mother of Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who was not only loved by Swami but was also loved by many. Everyone showered love on her because of the divine quality and selfless love. Ishwaramba was born in a very poor family but was always immersed in worshipping God. She was always compassionate, loving, as well as forgiving, and had the great treasure of devotion and faith towards God. Not only the faith in God, but also the motive of helping others, though she was from a poor family, expressed the divine quality within her, and hence Swami chose Ishwaramba as his mother. Ishwaramba was very broad-minded and had great concern for everybody. Mother Ishwaramba had noble desires and requested Swami for 3 wishes which were for the welfare of people. The 3 beautiful wishes were to build a school, construct a hospital, and to provide drinking water for everyone in the village. Because of the great and selfless love she showered on many people, there were more devotees in Ishwaramba's place when compared to the Bhagavan's mandir. A mother will always pray for the welfare of her children wherever they may be. At times, she may be angry or have a difference of opinion, but such differences are only passing clouds. A mother protects the children even after her death through her blessings. It is a mother who fosters and nourishes us. It is she who knows our choices and preferences and fulfills your needs. So we should be very much grateful to our mothers. Swami has reiterated many times that a mother is man's first preceptor. According to Swami's saying, Ishwaramba has set an example for all the mothers. We all know Ishwaramba is known for her simplicity and compassion. She has been an embodiment of Swami's teachings and a tool behind Swami's Meha missions in education, healthcare and water supply. Though you cannot see Rama, Krishna, Shiva and Vishnu, you are worshipping them because you believe in scriptures and what the elders say. But how can we forget our parents who are responsible for our progress in life? First and foremost, we should show gratitude towards our parents, love and respect them. All that is related to God is an indirect experience. It is only the parents whom we see directly and experience their love. So, we should consider our parents as God. God will be pleased and will manifest before us only when we love and respect our parents. It is the mother who teaches us the sacred principle like love, compassion, forbearance, tolerance, and sacrifice. You do not need any other mentor or an advisor. A mother can be the greatest guru or teacher, mentor, and advisor to her children. Our Swami says, women are the mothers of the upcoming generation. They are the teachers of that generation during the first 5 years of life. The mother is the first of the 5 matas that an Indian child encounters. Matru Devo Bhava. The scriptures declare mother is God, for she gives life, sustains and maintains it. She also ensures that positive qualities are nurtured and she destroys the weeds of evil tendencies. Success begins at her feet. Indeed, she is God and is worshipped daily by her children. Mother, indeed, can be seen to play an important role in the development of each individual, and dependence on her is a necessity for successful existence. Therefore, worship of the Mother in all her five forms is of paramount importance. Now, we will see who are the five Matas that an Indian child come across. Deha Mata, the mother who gives birth to this body. The Deha Mata must reveal to the child the glories of all the other four. So, her responsibility is the greatest and most crucial. Gomata, the cow that gives sustaining milk. Gratitude and reverence are shown to the cow for its importance in the development of the physical welfare of humans, in the sustaining role it plays in the life of a newborn baby. The only food that is of nutritional value and which can be ingested and digested successfully at this stage of a child's life is milk. The chief source of this provision is the cow, and it is for this reason that it is regarded as sacred and is being worshipped. Bhumata, the land that grows the crops which feed the body. The earth is the principal source of food, water and air, the basic needs of all plants and animals including humans. It provides the stratum or every physical life and an ecosystem that is necessary for survival. Without a thriving Mother Earth or motherland, there would be deficiency in physical life. Desamata. Desamata is the native country that gives protection, care, love, rights and chances to serve and elevate oneself to one's full height. We use almost all the natural resources and the other resources available in our country to develop ourselves. Veda Mata, the heritage of spiritual treasure that reveals the aim and purpose of human life and takes one step by step towards the goal of self-realization. It is said that wisdom or enlightenment comes with knowledge. Scriptural knowledge is a necessary tool for sustenance and survival. The Deha Mata plays an important role in making us imbibe the Vedas or other scriptures that help us to be a good human. All the five Matas help us without any expectations. The respect and pure love shown towards the mother can be the best way to show gratitude towards them, and this can also help them in healing their sacrifices and the pain and sufferings that they faced. This can be a way to bring a smile to their face. In our life, we have come across the names of many saints who have showered a lot of love on their mothers, irrespective of them being a sannyasi. Among them was a famous saint known as Sri Adi Shankara. Sri Adi Shankara was born in Kaladi, where the sacred river Purna flows. The river was far away from Adi Shankara's house, and his mother, with a great effort and steadfastness, went to the river every day for the holy bath. Shankara was ardently devoted to his mother, and no words can portray his feelings on seeing the condition of his mother. All in tears, he sent forth a prayer to God, saying, "Lord, you are indeed omnipotent. If you wish, anything is possible. I cannot bear to see the suffering of my mother. Be gracious and bring the river closer to her house. Then there will be no more suffering for my mother." Day and night he was immersed in appealing to the Lord. The all-merciful Lord responded to the prayers of Shankara. During the night, it rained so heavily that the river changed its course. Breaking through its north bank, the Purna river began to flow by the side of Shankara's house. From the mantra, Matru Bhava, Pitru Bhava, Acharya Bhava, Aditi Bhava, which is part of Veda, we can learn that the first and foremost respect is always given to a mother. As we have seen about Sri Adi Shankara, who is a sannyasi, is not allowed to bow down or touch the feet of any Purvashrama, that is a family member, except his mother. Not even his own father. That is the respect that Hindu Dharma gives to a mother. Even Adi Shankara, irrespective of being a sannyasi, promised his mother that he would come back at the time of her death and perform the last rites, and he went by his word. Not only in day-to-day life, but also in the field of spirituality, mothers and women are given the highest regard. A woman who has to maintain her house is not only a homemaker, but on her depends the glory of the whole country. That is why we say this is our motherland. It is in this spirit that we refer to our country as Bharat Mata. We also find that women are given the first position when they are associated with their counterparts, as in Sita Rama, Lakshmi Narayana, Radha Krishna, Parvati Parameshwara. As we have seen about mothers and their sacrifices, we have come to know about the important role they play in our lives. A mother guides and protects us throughout our lives without any expectation or reward from us. As we say, God knows about us in and out. Our mother is the one who knows us much better than ourselves, and hence we say, Mother is our God. She always knows our choices and never allows us to be rejected and disappointed. So, we can say that our mother is a tangible God. God actually gives a chance to respect Him through our mother, who has the divine essence within her. So, a mother should always be respected and obeyed by us. We should not hurt her feelings or disappoint her, and try to satisfy her in all aspects and make her happy. Only then the seed of devotion will sprout within us. Everyone should follow the truth, Matru Devo Bhava. Worship your mother as God in letter and spirit. Jai Sai Ram.
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
जय साई माँ, 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 जय साई माँ,
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
मंगलकारिणी जय साई माँ,
भाग्य प्रदायिनी साई माँ,
भाग्य प्रदायिनी साई माँ,
भाग्य प्रदायिनी साई माँ,
भाग्य प्रदायिनी साई माँ,
भव भयहारिणी साई माँ,
भव भयहारिणी साई माँ,
भव भयहारिणी साई माँ,
भव भयहारिणी साई माँ,
त्रिभुवन पालिनी जय साई माँ,
त्रिभुवन पालिनी जय साई माँ,
त्रिभुवन पालिनी जय साई माँ,
त्रिभुवन पालिनी मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।
मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।
जय साई माँ। जय साई माँ।
जय साई माँ। जय साई माँ।
मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।
मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।
भाग्यप्रदायिनि साई माँ।
भाग्यप्रदायिनि साई माँ।
भवभयहारिणि साई माँ।
भवभयहारिणि साई माँ।
त्रिभुवनपालिनि जय साई माँ।
त्रिभुवनपालिनि जय साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
मात महेश्वरी साई माँ।
जय 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 साई माँ।
बोलो जय 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 साई माँ।
बोलो जय 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 साई माँ।
मंगलकारिणि जय साई माँ।